So I'm with Feifei, and we're talking about death, right, Feifei? You die, you've got assets, and like, can everyone access it? What happens? We're going to talk about wills and trusts. It's a dry topic. And Feifei is a lawyer, by the way. She's got a law firm, a couple of branches. But in terms of the story that actually happened to one of my clients, a couple. Now, the husband passed away, and then she actually was distraught. She didn't organize the affairs. They didn't change property ownership or anything. There was a portfolio. There's a few properties. And so because she left it for a bit long before she tried to then, it was only when the refix came up on the interest rates or something, when she tried to then look at funding and extending loan terms and applying, but the property was in joint names. So suddenly her repayments went up. It went on floating rate. But then she couldn't restructure things or refinance. She didn't have much mobility because she needed his signature as joint property. But now, in that scenario, what can you do if there wasn't a will?
Well, when you don't have a will...
Because it seemed to take her a long time, like I'm talking more than a year, to try and sort this out.
Oh dear. Yes. When somebody don't have a will, then you simply cannot do anything. Again, by law, they will eliminate, they will say who has the first right to administer that dead person's affairs. So because she's a wife, yes, she qualifies. Then they will also say whether they have children. If they don't have children, the parents can qualify. So it's a lot of, we have a formula in the Administration Act in New Zealand. Different scenario, who qualify for how much. So that might not be that dead person's wish.
What about siblings?
Indeed, if he can write it
no,
down.
Feifei. No, because in my situation, my sister is insane. She's no...
You don't want to give to her any. No, I'm joking. Yes. So that's, in English, we call it a will. That is your will. You want to give what? To who? At your hand. You can just say it, then it's recorded. Your will is there. Your wish is certain. When you don't have a wish, don't have anything written down, even actually if you detect to somebody, say they contacted me, then suddenly that thing did happen, one of the client. And then at least I have a record of his wish, and that can also be counted in law. When you go to the court and say, that is a record of his wish. He never mentioned that he wants to give to his brother, then that's very clear. So anything, you keep a record.
Unless you want a bit of drama. You know, you pass away, you want everyone to fight for things. You know what? I know a single guy. He's a pretty smart guy, but average kind of guy, I would say. But single guy, he doesn't think he needs a will, right? Still got his parents, he's got a house. But if something happens to him, it's a bit of a process now for the parents, right?
The parents who don't understand the New Zealand law or don't have language, that will cost them a lot of money, hassle, and anxiety. Yes,
yes. You're right, because the person isn't from New Zealand originally, I think.
Indeed.
Hong Kong, I think, or somewhere. But the thing is, actually, he's standing there right now, so that's why you keep hearing him laughing on the microphone. Actually, no, we're only mic'd up. Sorry. But Chun, do you want to say hello to the camera? Just maybe come around and just say hello. No.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So, will is important, right? Where does a trust come in?
The trust, in a sense, has a longer implication. So trust, we call it asset protection, everybody knows. But we also call it estate planning. So you plan ahead of time, immediately once somebody has a house. You will say, one day, even though I'm single, I want my house to go to who? So in trust, we have one specific part of the trust, say, who are my beneficiaries? So if you are single, you can put it you yourself, your parents, whoever you want to add in. But be careful, because the law said any beneficiary need to know what is in the trust. So you might just say, me and my parents. So if anything happened to you, then parents immediately can inherit this property, even though they don't have a will, because they are the natural beneficiary.
Or I think another thing you've taught me, Feifei, is the trust is some ways as well of controlling the asset even though you're dead for the next 125 years, right? So
In
you
a
could
sense, you
make your parents,
specify.
like for me, I could say my sister's a beneficiary,
Yeah.
but she must go to work every
Yeah.
day at 9 a.m., right? Before she get anything from the trust, right? For example, I'm just giving you an example, right? These are the things you could do with a trust.
Not that detail,
No?
but you can put who are your beneficiaries. So that property goes to the beneficiary only. If your sister is not beneficiary, she
But you
doesn't
can't set up a
benefit.
game where they have to like find clues and find like the
Not
like solve a riddle
necessarily.
to get anything from the trust. You can't do that.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, trust only have a set law. Whoever put the money or own the property, and the manager, we call it a trustee, who manages the affairs. As long as we are able, we manage ourselves, of course. Then we have beneficiaries. So only 3 parts. So it's a formal legal document. Everything is specified. And at least you know, if you do anything happen to you, that the trust already know who get the property.
Okay, but how is it possible at all, Feifei, to have that kind of game set up, like where you make them like drive around North Island and look for like certain clues?
Well,
How can that be done,
you
Feifei?
can do
I'm
a
sure there's a way.
memorandum of wish.
All
It
right.
is my wish. If my sister wants to be the beneficiary,
Yeah.
she needs to do this and that.
This
and
much,
find
30
the
minutes
clue.
physical exercise every morning before 10 o'clock, like that kind of stuff.
But that's not binding.
Oh, okay, it's not binding.
It's
right.
only
I'll
a
forget about
wish.
a trust, then I don't need it. I don't need a bloody trust. No, just joking. Just in seriousness, though, it is. These are things that you have to think about early on.
Indeed, yes. As we call it asset protection. So once you have an asset, protect it. Otherwise,
And even when
it
you're
goes
single.
to ID.
Yep, even when you're single, right?
Yes.
However, some people think they can protect assets from people they owe money to later on, through a business maybe or something. When it comes to marriage, if you're single, when it comes to marriage or a relationship, that's where the lines get a little bit blurred, right? Having a trust doesn't mean protection fully
No.
from a future marriage.
If your property is in trust and you get married, that person moved into the property, and of course you are still continually paying your mortgage, and your salary is a joint asset immediately after you after you are married. So then you say, she stayed at home all day long looking at her phone. I go and work. Why does she qualify? She does, just because she's your wife and she makes the food ready when you come home. So she said, I contribute. So therefore you say, oh dear, my house in trust is no good. Actually, if your house is worth 1 million, you have 800,000 loan, 200,000 she can never touch.
But the increase afterwards.
The increase in value, she qualifies to share.
Well, when I got married, Feifei, I was thinking about a trust and things like that until I realised my only asset was a credit card debt.
Then she shares.
Then I thought maybe we don't do trust,
No,
at that
not
point.
yet.
But anyway, thank you for that. I love your insights always, as per always. And thanks for watching. It's a bit of a dry topic, but anyway, things we've got to think about.
Yes, plan early.
Thanks, Feifei.